Stephen and Frederick, and welcome back to another episode of How I Cook. So it's been really warm this summer. I'm sure wherever you are too. And the other day I was craving a Piña Colada. And no, I don't make my Piña Coladas from scratch. So I use a mix. But these mixes are so big. I was thinking, what am I going to do with the rest of it? And then I remembered these two desserts that I make all the time using Piña Colada mix. So here we go. This first one is extremely easy. All my recipes are easy, but this one is extremely easy. We're going to take a can of pineapple. I'm going to drain it. This is chunk pineapple. You can use crushed pineapple, you can use fresh pineapple and cut it up yourself, but this is an 8-ounce can. And I'm going to put the chunks in the blender. I'm then going to put an ounce of rum. That's not a lot of rum, but you don't want to put a lot of rum because it'll stop things from freezing. This is a frozen dessert. So there goes our ounce of rum. If you're going to be serving this to children, of course you can skip the rum or, whatever you want to do with your kids. I'm then going to put 12 ounces of Piña Colada mix. For those of you who don't know, 8 ounces to a cup, so a cup and a half. That's one. That's a half. And then we're going to add some lime juice. This is already really sweet. The pineapple is in natural juices, so it's not overly sweet, but the Piña Colada mix is. But the lime is going to help cut the sweetness a little. So we're going to put the juice of half a lime in here. The smell of lime is always so great. And whatever you're going to do next, we're just going to blend it together. It smells wonderful. It smells exactly like a Piña Colada. Why? Because it's basically a Piña Colada. So, what am I going to do? I have these disposable cups. If you're anything like us, every time we have a party or a picnic, we go to Costco, we buy a ton of these cups. They just keep accumulating in the basement. So, this is a perfect recipe to use these. And the recipe will make between 4 and 6 of these. It doesn't have to be too much. So we'll put that. So this is going to be like a Piña Colada water ice. We're going to freeze it. Now I'm from Philadelphia, and we call it water ice there. For those of you who are not from the Philadelphia area, you know it as Italian ice. So they need to freeze. I'm going to freeze them overnight. I'm going to freeze 2 of them with a plastic spoon in them. Again, every time we have a party or a picnic, we buy more. We have so many plastic utensils in the basement, it's not funny. But I'm going to put a piece of plastic over each one of these and put them in the freezer and freeze them overnight. That one's done. No, it's not. I just looked down. I forgot the maraschino cherry. So a Piña Colada typically comes with whipped cream and a maraschino cherry on the top. Well, we're not going to put whipped cream, but we will put a maraschino cherry in each one. It'll be a little surprise when people are eating it. So just drop it in, and wherever it sinks to, that's where it sinks to. Okay, now we're done. These will go in the freezer, and then tomorrow we'll take them out and I'll show you how wonderful they are. All right, I'm going to clean up and then we'll do our next pina colada recipe. So our pina colada water ice or Italian ice are in the freezer, and now we're going to move on to the second dessert. It is a no-bake pina colada dessert. So we're going to start with some Nilla wafers. You don't have to use Nilla wafers, any sort of vanilla cookie. If you prefer graham crackers, some other cookie. We're going to crush these up and make a little bit of a crust. So there are 20 Nilla wafers in here. And I'm going to take a rolling pin and just crush them up. Could you do this in a food processor? Sure. But this is equally as easy, and at the end, you just throw the bag away. You don't have something else to clean. Great, pretty good. So we've crushed them up. Going to put them into a bowl. And this is 2 tablespoons, between a tablespoon and 2, of melted butter that we're going to put in here. We're going to mix the crushed up Nilla wafers and the butter. And we have some glasses here, some plastic glasses that, yes, we've had from parties or picnics, also in the basement. Perfect for these desserts. 6 of them. And my hands are clean. I'm going to put some of the Nilla wafer and butter mixture in the bottom of each of the cups. And take my hands and just press these down. They don't have to be perfect. What's going to happen is when people put their spoon into the dessert, they can go down to the bottom and they're going to pull up some Nilla wafer. It'll add a slightly different flavor and a slightly different texture, which will be really nice. People really like this dessert. I really like this dessert. I have 8 ounces of cream cheese, a block of cream cheese. If you want to use low-fat cream cheese, go ahead. But this is a dessert. And I'm going to hand mixer, beat this in. Soften it up. I'm going to add just a dash of vanilla. And some whipped topping. Cool Whip. This is a generic brand. Whatever. And this is actually fat-free. The cream cheese is full fat. This has plenty of fat. So, I'm fat-free. If you want to use full fat, go ahead. I know they make sugar-free. Go ahead. Remember, this is how I cook. Not the right way, not the way you should do it. It's how I cook. So I'm going to mix the Cool Whip, the cream cheese, and the vanilla. 8-ounce can of pineapple. I'm going to drain it. And put the chunks in. I'm going to use the hand mixer very quickly to break up the chunks a little. There's a chunk that got away. Somebody will get a big chunk. And then finally, 8 ounces of Pina Colada mix. Remember, 8 ounces is a cup. So something that most people, I won't say most people, some people might put in here is also flaked coconut. I really like the flavor of coconut, but I really don't like the texture. So that's why I'm not putting flaked coconut in here. Again, this is how I cook. You like flaked coconut, you put it in. You want to toast that flaked coconut, you go ahead and do it. So now I'm going to mix this with the mixer to get some air in there. It's quite liquidy now, but once it's in the fridge, it'll thicken up. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna make a mess. But remember, when you're in the kitchen, nobody sees this. They just see the final product. And they're gonna love it. And what do we need to do? Let's drop a maraschino cherry in each one. The cherry's not sinking as quickly because this is thicker. So we have quite a mess here. I'm going to put these in the refrigerator overnight. Remember, we have the water ice / Italian ice in the freezer overnight, and these will firm up. Let me clean up, and then I'll move on to the last item. All right, see you in a minute. So we still have our dirty blender, and we have quite a bit of Pina Colada mix. What to do? I think I should have a Pina Colada. I've already put rum, ice, and Pina Colada mix in the blender. So let's put this on crush. Let's crush it a little more. And what's a Pina Colada without a maraschino cherry? Boop. In goes the maraschino cherry. So cheers, everybody. So good. I'll be back tomorrow morning and I'll show you the 2 desserts that we have in the freezer and the refrigerator. See you later. So it's the next morning. I took these 2 out of the freezer and this one out of the refrigerator. The reason I put a spoon in this one is when I made it previously without alcohol, it slipped out and it was like a popsicle. Although there's only 1 ounce of rum, it has frozen, but not totally. So, it's really good. It's like a Pina Colada water ice or Italian ice. This one is, it hardened up. It's more of a Pina Colada cheesecake pie. Really good. And then if we scoop down there, we get a little bit of the vanilla wafer. Both are like a burst of sunshine in your mouth. A mini vacation. People are going to love these. These are great in the hot days we're having. Please make them. I know you'll love them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, not the way you should do it, not the right way. This is how I cook. I'm Stephen and Frederick. Take care.